can you be dead?
Fucking Dorseys! Please,
We ain't gonna
my
beg
son's
for
not
our
a Dorsey!
We ain't
Let him go!
weak like you.
You don't look like marshals. Do you work for the Patriarch?
We're the Rangers. We work for anyone who needs our help.
Then my boy needs your help. He's going to be executed. And they won't listen when I say he's no killer. Judge Watkins has sentenced my son to die. Austin is all I have left. Everyone else died on the plains. He's a good boy. He never hurt anyone. I'm sure of it. Please, maybe Watkins will listen to you.
What happened? Why was your son sentenced to death?
I don't even know why he was rounded up. He won't tell me. Says he's embarrassed. I know they caught him doing something wrong, but he says he never hurt anyone. If you talk to him, maybe he'll tell you what happened. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than your mother. I know that much.
Who's your son?
Austin Pease, the skinny boy up on the platform. I can't imagine he killed anyone. We've seen enough death on our way out here. He never wanted to hurt anyone, ever.
What's your story?
Our family escaped the wars in the East. Tried to make our way across the plains. My husband, my other son, my daughters, one by one, picked off and killed. Now it's just the two of us, and I'm gonna lose him too.
Goodbye.
Please, help my son!
Death to Buchanan! Death to the 100 stinking families!
This kid's going in the pillories next.
The teenage prisoner is gaunt and pale. His hair is tousled and greasy, his face angular with hunger. He stares at the pillories with dread, swallowing occasionally. He sees you staring at him and snaps back to reality.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Just got a lot on my mind.
How did you get in trouble with the marshals?
Made a real big mistake. See, the Plains gangs chased my mom and me off our land. We lost everything. Heard this was a place of God-fearing people and thought they'd do right by us. People here kept us out in the cold, letting us starve to death while they sat inside, warm and fed. Then the Dorseys came and gave me some food and some kindness and asked me to do some vandalism. I figured what was the harm? I never killed no one, but I did bust some windows. Marshals caught me doing it, and they said I was working with the Dorseys. Magistrate agreed, so here I am. Mom would have talked me out of it. I should have talked to her first.
Why'd you do it?
We were starving. No two ways about it. We were going to die. Dorseys gave us food. I figured a few windows was a worthwhile trade for the bread and meat that saved our lives.
Doesn't sound like the punishment fits the crime.
I thought it was too harsh, but what happens if I speak up now? Will they come after my mom? I can't take the chance.
Got a daring escape plan?
No, I was never no desperado. Don't rightly know why I let myself get caught up in this.
He swallows hard, his eyes on the pillories.
But if I'm to die, I'd at least like to do that right. Gonna do that like a man.
What's your sentence?
Magistrate tells me it's death. They're gonna strip me down and tie me to those things. And they're gonna let the cold do its work.
He shivers.
I wonder if it'll hurt.
Wish I could tell you it won't, kid. But that'd be a lie.
Let's say we can free you. What's that worth to you?
Magistrate's a hard man. I wish I could believe it'd work. I'd do anything for someone who could get me free without hurting anybody in the process. Guess I don't have any money to give you, but I'd pay you back in hard work, if you'll have me.
Do you have any useful skills?
I'm used to hard work around the homestead, and I ain't too bad with a gun either. My folks made sure I could hunt and fight. I always dreamed of coming to the big city and being a newspaper man. You know, interviewing people, telling the truth about how things really are. Sure didn't turn out like I hoped.
He shakes his head. Goodbye.
Nice talking to you.
This dour man looks out at the pillories with an expression of grim satisfaction. His sallow skin pulls tight over his face, and his thin lips press together in a hard line.
Howdy, Judge. How's your heart? Still colder than a well digger's ass?
Marshal Quan, impertinent as ever, I see. Rangers, I am Magistrate Silas Watkins. I have heard of your arrival, partly from the confessions of the Dorsey raiders. You'll be pleased to know that I sentenced them to death for their part in the attack on the city and your convoy.
What's with the pillories?
They are the only instrument of justice we need. Serious offenders die by exposure. Sometimes I might grant a reprieve after frostbiters claim their extremities.
You have no other punishments here?
For some offenses, we have a work camp on the plains. I don't approve of their methods, but it's outside my jurisdiction. Minor infractions, like public drunkenness or disorderly conduct, are punished by a short stay in the sheriff's lockup.
He gestures toward the building behind him. Let's talk about something else.
Proceed.
Austin Pease says he didn't kill anyone. What will it take to free him?
His crimes are still severe. He was part of the Dorsey uprising. He caused significant property damage. His actions diverted marshals from responding to reports of attacks, magnifying the harm the Dorseys were able to inflict. Argue a case, and I might show lenience.
He took the job only because he was starving. True justice would free him and let him work to redeem himself for his minor infractions.
I am not certain you truly understand the Patriarch's justice, but your words ring true. Perhaps death is too severe a punishment.
He thinks a moment, tapping his lips.
This is irregular, but it is within my powers to grant you full custody of Austin Pease. Any further infractions he may commit are the Ranger's responsibility. I would recommend keeping him out of trouble. You should inform the boy. Best he hears the good news from you.
Thank you, Magistrate.
Hey, Ranger!
Still here. Not looking forward to what comes next.
We talked to the Magistrate. He says he'll release you, but you'll be working for us now.
What? Are you serious? You really saved my life and I get to be a ranger? Soon as they let me free, I'm going straight to your headquarters. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Clean guns, scrub toilets, you name it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The blood is coming for you all!
Thanks, Rangers. Can't wait to get out of here.
The deluge of blood is coming for you all!
It's not fair.
You Rangers are
We'll
heroes.
have our revenge.
I'm
You
gonna
haven't
tell
seen the
everyone
last
what
of
you
us.
did for my son. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go pick him up. I'm assuming he will join as a companion, but maybe not. Now, you can hit escape and go to Manor Squad, but I think you can only actually make roster changes at your base. Now, there's a pile of snowballs here that you can collect so that you can have a throwing object. It looks like it's infinite. So I'm not exactly sure how useful it is, but in case, for example, Sentinel, he doesn't really have a whole lot of AP. So maybe he won't be able to shoot or anything. I can just throw a snowball. I don't know. Since it's throwing related, I don't think that my sniper is going to be able to do much because she has the lowest strength and she's going to be far away from everyone. Oh, you got someone here. Did they remove the road signs? Okay. Kind of interesting that this place changes. We'll probably get attacked one day, but that makes sense, that they would have defenses.
Rangers. Guessing it's gonna be tough getting that Valor kid out of Denver in one piece. But it's gotta be done. Here to serve.
And this is why I wanted to search as much as I could the first time, even going as far as I could create characters immediately. Was because I figured the place would get cleaned up. Haven't done anything with the bodies yet.
Still not feeling great after everything at the lake. Hope you don't mind if I take a little more time.
Later, Jody.
Later!
Welcome back, Rangers. I hope you like what we've done with the place. The worst of the mess is cleaned up. Now, what can I help you with? I'll be here.
Okay. It does not look like he is a companion yet.
In the roof garden of the Hotel Pimlico, Roger Mayhew was raising a glass to his betrothed, the lovely Vivica Lindley.
Darling, before our marriage tomorrow, there's something I must tell you.
Oh dear, this sounds quite ominous. Are you going to reveal an old family curse?
No, nothing like that. Nothing sordid either. So you may set your mind at ease on that score.
Oh pooh, I was rather hoping for something juicy. Well then, what is it?
It's just that, though you know me as Roger Mayhew, man of leisure, I'm also...
At that moment, all the lights went out in the garden, and a harsh voice called out.
No need for alarm, ladies and gentlemen. We're only here for your valuables. And as we're all wearing infrared glasses, don't try to hide.
Before he could finish, there was a smack, like a mallet striking a side of beef. And then, the sounds of a terrible scuffle in the dark. The lights returned. An even dozen gangsters in red-lensed glasses strewn across the floor. A masked man standing in their middle, fists raised.
Roger, look! It's the Peregrine! He...
But Roger was nowhere to be seen.
Always a pleasure. Anytime.
That kid Victory sounds like a bad apple.
That's it? That's what the new loot area thing is worth? Yeah, see, like, that container's gone now. So it's a good thing I looted it.
We're all grateful that you took us in, Rangers. We're cool, right?
We're cool. Plenty of space for you, plenty of space for us. Everything's cool.
Cool.
Stay sharp.
We're pitching in where we can. I hope we've been some help at least. Anything you need?
Not right now.
Careful out there. It's an uncaring world.
I don't see peace anywhere. Nerd Stuff 4. This log had been erased, but wasn't properly scrambled. You're able to flag the data as not deleted, and the log appears in your list. Personal log, Colonel Flechette. 2nd of July, 2000. Another suicide today. We're too visible here. Peterson is defensible, but the siege is exhausting, physically and mentally. Too many buckling under the strain. We need a better solution before there are none of us left. I'm planning an evacuation to the secondary complex. The sooner we abandon this hellhole, the better. Get another nerd level. I don't think she's got enough points free. That'd be you. Oh, she does have enough points free. Now let's go ahead and put that in. Whoever wrote this custom encryption thought they were really smart. They really should have just used the standard one. Okay, that's all of them. October 1995. Die, Halcom. One of those again. Die, Halcom, die. General Trident fired his laser pistol, but the captain was too quick, vaulting over the desk and evading the energy burst. My plan was perfect. Curse your meddling and expert hacking talents. Once I dispose of you, I'll upload InfoMine to the internet, and no one will be able to oppose me. Your plan fell apart the second you moved me to data entry, General Trident. I knew something was up the moment my abilities were so grossly misused. He checked his weapons clip. 1 bullet left. Captain Halcom smirked. That's all he'd need.
Rangers.
Oh, hey, hi again. What can I do for you?
We're going now.
Later, dudes, and, don't forget to think about getting this door open if you get a chance.
Where are you gonna let him out?
Oh, yay! Thank you so much, man. I owe you big, real big time. This won't be the last time you hear from me. I promise.
Okay, so I don't see Arthur Pease anywhere. Maybe he's in this room somewhere, but I never found him. I was hoping he would be a companion, but I guess not yet. Got to pee already.
The food you're feeding us is gonna cause a mutiny. I'd hire a cook if I was you.
Okay, jeez.
Rangers, hope you catch that victory kid soon. Before he hurts somebody.
Flag there. So they may have like removed the mine so you can loot this armor crate or something later. But they're used to the mine there. Alright, let's just go back.
Rangers, wow. Can't thank you enough for saving me.
This looks like the Patriarch's Dorseys captive. Guessed his trial was a quick one.
Your boy's gonna be a ranger.
Remind me never to get on Watkins' bad side. Man'll slap you in the stocks for squirming in church.
Dorseys nearly killed me. Didn't have anywhere I could hide. Payasos raided our farm. Scar collector stole our daughter. Now the Dorseys.
Mom? Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Just a minute. Can we talk to you?
Why? What do you want?
Do you need help?
No, please, I just need you to go away. Please.
You were expecting your mother. Where is she?
I don't know. We were heading to Colorado Springs with a lot of other folks when we got separated. I hurried here as quick as I could after, but I ain't found her anywhere. I keep hoping.
You got separated.
There was this smiling lady. She said she had some food, and I could take some back to my mom if I came with her. And next thing I know, she was gonna sell me. She put me in a cage.
How did you escape?
One of her men took me out of the cage to... I kicked him as hard as I could and ran. They didn't find me in the dark. And then I saw some refugees and tagged along. Stayed with them till I got here.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Doc Parker's helping the wounded at the Arapaho Garage. He ain't turning anyone away.
The bodies of the Dorseys slain in a recent incursion were tossed haphazardly into this frozen fountain.
Hope the cleanup crew gets here soon.
Extra! Cowardly attack on Colorado Springs! New in town? Did you hear about what happened?
This young man is still in his teens. He carries numerous copies of the newspaper, the Colorado Patriot. We hear there's been trouble.
Sure has. Dorseys got into the city, but nobody knows how. They started shooting up the place and killed a lot of people. Then they made a run at the Patriarch's palace. Oh, but they couldn't get inside. It took a while, but Sheriff Daisy and the marshals beat him back. Now they're holed up in the Garden of the Gods. Well, some of them, anyway. Others jumped in their trucks and ran for it.
What do you know about the Dorseys?
Just what I've been told. Back before I was born, they were the family that betrayed the Patriarch and tried to take charge of Colorado. The thing is, everybody thought they'd been dead for years. I mean, there's tons of stories about how the Patriarch wiped them all out.
Where can I find Sheriff Daisy?
Oh, Marshall Station, right over there. You can't miss the pillories out front.
You report the news around here?
Yep. I work for the Colorado Patriot, only newspaper left in America. We tell people what's happening in the city and what they should think about it.
Okay.
Be careful. Might still be Dorseys hiding out in the city. Dozens killed by Dorsey thugs! Families taken hostage!
The Patriarch looms over the pillory, surveying the punishments of the guilty.
Rangers, what brings you here? Indeed.
I'll head to your HQ, just as soon as my mom finishes saying goodbye.
You Rangers are heroes. I'm gonna tell everyone what you did for my son. Thank you.
How's your family?
Thank
My
you.
mom and pa are safe. Still haven't heard from my sister. She was working near the museum when the attack started.
Jesus. Fucking Dorseys. I'm sure she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You the Rangers? Sheriff Daisy's looking for you. You the Rangers? Sheriff Daisy's looking for you.
I don't know. Was it supposed to be like these characters talking or something? It's a little weird that I had to go run and find the people that were chatting.
Too old to fight the Dorseys, they said. Ha!
Must be drunker than I thought. Did someone yell something about Dorseys?
Ah, Marshals! Finally! I was beginning to think you were never going to help. Hold on now. You aren't marshals. You look like ruffians. Are you here to see the sheriff? Well, I'm first. I've been waiting here on tenterhooks for an hour.
Ruffians?
Forgive me. That was unkind. I am under considerable duress. My family has been kidnapped by those no-good Dorseys, and the marshals will give me no answers about their situation. They won't even speak to me. I must know how the sheriff intends to rescue them. And when.
The marshals seem a bit overwhelmed at the moment.
That may be, but my family is one of the leading families of Colorado Springs. We have been longtime allies of the Patriarch and supporters of all he stands for. Surely that should be given some consideration.
Is there anyone here who you think should get less consideration than you?
I suppose not. We are all equal in the eyes of God, as they say. I am just frustrated. That is all. It doesn't seem that anything is being done.
Who are you anyway?
My name is Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 Families. But now they and my little brother have been kidnapped by those good-for-nothing Dorseys, and I fear for their lives.
Can you tell us more about the 100 Families?
We are the founding families of Colorado Springs, descended from the survivalists who came together after the deluge of fire and helped the Patriarch build a stronger Colorado. I'm proud to trace my lineage back before the war on both sides of my family.
What exactly is going on here?
Someone let the Dorseys into town, and the savages have taken my family hostage, along with a good many others, and retreated to the Garden of the Gods. I came here to demand that Sheriff Daisy immediately mount an expedition to save them, but her marshals keep putting me off.
Who are the Dorseys?
No good traitors, that's what they are. Used to be 100 families, like us, but rotten. Backstabbers, every one of them. At least that's what my father says. They rebelled against the Patriarch before I was born, and were driven from the city. I was always told they were dead and gone. It seems I was misinformed.
We're the Arizona Rangers. We could help you.
Well, you look capable enough, but I don't know you from Adam. Why, you might be robbers or bandits. No. Thanks all the same, but I think I'll continue to wait on the proper authorities. Frustrating though that may be. Sheriff Daisy, I will not leave until you speak to me.
Miss Wesson, could you... I'm sorry. I have to talk to these folks. Sorry about that. Are you the Rangers? We were told to expect you. Sheriff Daisy's waiting for you in the back.
Thanks, Torres.
Anytime, Marshal Quan.
What are you working on?
Reports. Lots of reports. The Dorsey raid really tore up the town. Murder, looting, fires. They even attacked this station. Not that they got very far. It's been exhausting.
Any advice on how to handle Sheriff Daisy?
Don't blink.
Can you tell us about the Marshals?
It's on the back of the box. We keep the peace here in Colorado Springs. Mostly, though, we do what Sheriff Daisy says.
Goodbye.
Thanks. If you've got any feedback, be sure to fill out a form.
Sure, satisfied.
Please put in a word to the sheriff for me. If she'd only lend me a marshal or two, I'd rescue my family myself.
Good cop, bad cop, and a swinging explodes light bulb. Classic. Doesn't look like I have any skill points for lockpicking, so I will need to get at least one level up. Okay. Wow. Why? Even in Greed Falls, like, the bad guys are always right next to the police station. The Marshals must go through a bunker's worth of coffee every day.
Cold and shitty day, ain't it?
Sheriff wants to speak to you, Rangers.
The sheriff is a statuesque woman with graying blonde hair and steel in her smile.
Well, now you must be the Rangers. I'm the sheriff around here, but you can call me Daisy. Old Saul tells me you're a bunch of badasses, and I ain't one to turn away a badass, especially at a time like this.
I like you, lady. Also, is your gun on fire? That's cool.
I reckon you already heard all about the Dorsey raid, so I won't bore you with the details. Suffice it to say, we whooped 'em good, and the survivors are holed up in the Garden of the Gods with a bunch of hostages. Thing is, I lost a lot of marshals. My boys and girls are tired and beat up. You want to make some fast friends around here? You could go into the garden and speak to those Dorseys for us. Maybe find out how the hell they got into the city in the first place.
And by speak, you mean shoot the everlasting shit out of them and save those hostages, right, boss?
Quan, I hear you're some fancy liaison now. Old Saul taking my people without even asking? How dare he? Anyway, yes, you rascal. That's exactly what I mean. But question him first, you hear?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Lucia Weston wants to talk to you about rescuing her family from the Dorseys.
That girl? You think I ain't heard her yapping? But I got a couple of 50 other people yapping at me, too. Tell you what, though. Her people are 100 family folks from the fancy side of town, so they got some pull. You can do me a big favor and kill 2 birds with 1 stone if you take little Miss Wesson with you when you go to save them. In fact, I'm going to insist on it. I need that girl out of my hair. I'll let Lipinski know you're bringing her along. He won't let you into the garden without her. Don't worry. She knows which end of the gun the bullets come out of. Go in there and kick some ass, Rangers.
I like you, Daisy.
The garden's on the far side of the market square. Don't forget to take Miss Wesson with you.
What can I do for you, Rangers? Thanks. If you've got any feedback, be sure to fill out a...
I'm not sure why the sheriff didn't assign me marshals, but, well, beggars can't be choosers. I am the Miss Wesson she spoke of. Lucia Wesson, daughter of Percival Wesson and Maria Reyes of the 100 Families. As Sheriff Daisy told you, they and some of our neighbors were taken hostage by the Dorseys, and I mean to free them. All of them. So, I am ready when you are.
What is the Garden of the Gods? Sheriff Daisy didn't say.
It's a project of the Ward family, a showcase for their know-how. They grow food there using the latest technologies. Colorado Springs leads the world in science. But there are plenty of places to hide in the garden. The Dorseys could be laying for us anywhere. We shall have to be cautious.
Before we go anywhere, let's talk about your combat experience.
Certainly. My father taught me to shoot almost before I could walk, and I'm the best shot in the city.
Oh, it's true. She's a prodigy, all right. Also a pain in the ass.
But have you ever killed anyone?
No. But I have hunted. There's no need to worry that I will be shy about pulling the trigger. I promise, strangers, if it is to save my family, I will not hesitate.
Survival 3. I wonder what that could be. Alright then, let's go.
At last.
Achievement unlocked, the Gunslinger. Okay.
We should build around the garden. Dorsey slipped right past the ones we've got.
Yeah, but we'll need to pull some resources from another district to do it.
Huh. Sheriff won't like that.
Brave Marshal stopped Dorseys at Palace Gates. Patriarch alive and safe.
The young guard's face is nervous but determined. He steps forward as you approach, holding his hand up.
By order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate.
What kind of authorization do we need?
An invitation from the head of a family or authorization from the Patriarch. Until you have that, the gate stays closed.
Why is the gate closed?
The attack on the city has everyone nervous. Until that's all settled down, Patriarch's orders are in effect. Authorized business only.
What's through the gate?
Broadmoor Heights and the Patriarch's Palace.
He clearly feels his job does not include expansive descriptions. Goodbye.
Good day.
So I'm guessing I'm not allowed through here, so this is probably not the Garden of the Gods.
Oh, darn it, Martha. Why else would I even keep a shotgun around if I don't use it?
Do you know who those outlaws are, Josiah? They're Dorseys! They won't be scared of a scrawny old man.
A scrawny old man with a shotgun? Hang on, I'm not that old.
Oh, Josiah, just put down the gun and let someone else handle this, all right?
Garden of the Gods is just north of Market Square. Marshal Lupinski should be out front.
Sons of bitches!
Josiah, come on! Don't provoke them!
But they're in my shop! They might ruin my stock!
Better they ruin your stock than your head, Josiah Cassidy. Don't you dare go inside.
Consarn it! You Dorsey peckerheads, get on out of there!
The old man is shouting into the nearby shop and waving a shotgun around.
Hush up now, Josiah. You can't go in there alone. They'll kill you.
You think I can't handle myself? I've put down worse than these in my time.
Oh, since when? You've been a shopkeeper all your life.
When she notices you, an expression of relief crosses her face.
Will you help me talk some sense into this old fool? If he goes after those Dorseys, he'll get himself killed.
What's going on here?
Some of those Dorsey bastards are hiding out in my shop. My shop! finest clothing store in the whole dang town. So I'm going in after 'em.
Why didn't you ask the marshals for help?
They're too busy. Besides, a man should be able to protect his own shop.
You want some help killing Dorseys? We're in.
Finally, someone with some spine. I'd do it all myself, but since you're new in town, I figured you'd need to show your mettle.
Josiah, don't you do this. Let these people handle it. They've had plenty of experience by the look of them.
Well, I'm ready when you are.
Ignoring his wife, he raises his shotgun. Let's do it.
Here we come, you Dorsey bastards!
Shit, Hotlanders! We thought you was all dead! Back off!
Oh, it took it off of Deadeye. Out of range. He's got a rifle, so he's unlikely to get me closer. Now we're talking.
Phew, boy. Thanks again for taking care of those Dorseys. Say, if you got hurt in that scrap, you should see a friend of mine, Doc Parker. He set up a clinic in the Arapahoe garage, just outside the city gate. And here, a little token of our appreciation. Come on back after we reopen the shop.
Can't tell you how relieved I am that the Dorseys are gone, and my husband is still alive.
Except for the stalls in Market Square wrecked by Dorseys, or Marshall Crossfire.
This here's Market Square. The Arapahoe garage is just outside the city gates. My old friend Doc Parker set up a clinic. Parker's the best doctor. That's if we can persuade him to join the Rangers. Careful, though. The Doc is prickly at the best of times. And these are not the best of times.
what these marshals and Dorseys got on them.
He glances up from looting the corpses.
Those marshals were colleagues of mine. I'm gonna guess you didn't kill them, but you need to put all those valuables back and walk away.
Fat chance. We got guns and ammo now. We don't take orders from marshals no more.
Firing!
Oh, come on. They get first move? I don't see why they should get first move. Our characters should have their guns drawn and ready to go. When you notice that they're looting dead police officers. Did our arms blow off too? Okay. Alright, does this shoot my... Well, I guess it's that bad guy right there. Should be okay. Wow. Okay, so I can't hit people nearby. I probably won't keep this because they really did a ton of damage to Deadeye. My characters are all like I know I can spend a turn walking my characters up to defensive positions, but I really do think it's lame that the enemy gets the drop on me. That's why I killed him. Figured I'd get an advantage. Okay, so we got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 tiles away. On the 5th tile away is about the optimal range for shooting. Is it the same for everything? Yeah. Not for submachine guns, though. Why is this body blue and those two are red? This is a bad guy, and so was this. Really, I was just mostly curious what that switch did, but alright.
Jesus, loaves and fishes, Christ! That's a bomb under my stall, ain't it?
Oh, shit, Taiwan. God, it is.
We best stay back.
Holy mackerel! Better stay back from my stall. Those goddamn Dorseys dropped a landmine under it.
We defused the mine. Can you still sell us some gear?
Heck no! That mine is right in front of my stock.
We'll see what we can do.
Oh, thank God. You'd be doing me a shell of a favor. Wish I could get these Flipper and Marshals to take care of the dang bomb under my stall.
We defused the mine.
Really? That's great news. Here's a little something for you. I'm back in business. Welcome to the freshly reopened Taiwan Jones's Emporium! We have every fin you need, just for the asking and, well, the paying. You didn't hear this from me, Franz, but word is there's still Dorseys all around the city waiting to jump innocents such as yourself. Be sure to stock up with me, yeah?
Tell us about yourself.
You want to hear about the wide open seas, my trusty vessel, the wild waves crashing the shores? Well, sorry, chums. I'm just here to sell stuff. What would you like?
What's with the ocean puns?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Franz.
So, do you sell fish?
Nope. No. Wish that I did, Franz. Born and raised in Colorado Springs. Me? I've never even seen a fish in my life. Wondrous creatures, I hear.
Can I see your wares?
Sardinely.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't really want to do anything right now, so we'll just keep moving on. The bodies of fallen marshals and citizens have been arranged for pickup and proper burial. The Saul Buchanan Colorado Heritage Museum seems closed for business.
No entry by order of Sheriff Daisy.
Snapping Jimmy Bob's still standing. Dorseys or no Dorseys. You think a little raid would stop snapping Jimmy Bob? No siree. Oh, hey! New faces? Let me know if you need to restock. I hear there's still some Dorseys in the city.
What's your story, Jimmy Bob?
That's snapping Jimmy Bob, thank you.
What's your story? Snapping Jimmy
Not
Bob.
that much to tell. My dad was a trader, and a good one. And now I'm a trader, and a good one. Might seem boring to wandering muscle like yourself, but I like it.
What's that contraption at the end of your stall?
Oh, that's my prized possession. A genuine pre-apocalypse, fully functional microwave. I can cook up some truly gourmet delicacies with it. But the damn power got cut in the fighting. It'll take the city weeks to fix it.
Let's trade.
Let's.
Came here for every class trip we ever had. Is Buchanan a man?
Yeah, this whole place is a gloss. But who wants to hear all the ugly details?
Artificial limbs and augmentations taken from the bodies of defeated Scar Collectors in the legendary Battle of Pumpkin Center. The Patriarch defeated the savage warlords of the Eastern Plains once and for all. I'm kind of curious, will they like run in if I hit this button? A mechanical eagle in red, white, and blue, top hat, slumps on a rustic perch.
Why, hello there. My name's Old Baldy, and this here is the Saul Buchanan, Colorado Heritage Museum, or, as I like to call it, home. Me and my friends here, dedicated, telling the story of old Saul Buchanan and the refounding of the great state of Colorado, which is just the first step in Saul's plan to bring back the good old United States of America. Now, just stroll from stage to stage and we'll tell you the story along the way. It's as simple as that. Any questions before you go?
Are you the American Eagle?
Look just like my picture, don't I? Now, wait a minute. Let me give you my good side. There you go. I gotta admit, though, I'm looking better than I was. Life's been pretty tough on old Baldy since the world went to pot. Lost a lot of feathers. But now that Patriarch Buchanan's rebuilding America, I'm starting to feel like my old self again.
Did Buchanan make this museum for himself?
Saul Buchanan is far too modest for such egotistical shenanigans. No, sir. It was the 100 families who built this place as a gracious thank you to the Patriarch for all he's done for them.
Tell us Buchanan's story.
Well, I don't want to spoil the show, but it begins with Saul's humble start in this very town. And it follows the trials and tribulations he faced uniting the 100 families, defeating the monster army, and bringing peace and security to Colorado. And, in case you were worried, it's suitable for children of all ages.
I need to bring in an animal whisperer. Okay, we'll come back with that.
Great! Then on with the show! Youngest son of the Buchanan clan. Brave survivors of the fall of man. Baby Saul grew straight like a tree. Could swing a sledgehammer before he was 3. Learned to read and write before he could walk. Finished all his schooling before he could talk. Showed all his teachers a thing or two when he taught them that a fact didn't have to be true.
The 100 families came to see O Springs, and all fell to fighting over frivolous things. Still Saul raised their heads to the circling wings of the vultures who were waiting to dine like kings. He said that the only way to save the land was to bury the hatchet and all shake hands. So they signed the treaty in a single day and begged him to lead them and show them the way. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man. The truest of men. You could say that again.
Yeah. Well, I think he'd be a better man if he kept his children more in line, instead of letting them run amok and kill lots of people.
With the families behind him, Saul went to war and fought all all the monsters of Satan's resort. He lined them all up and he cut them all down till Flab the Inhaler surrendered his crown. Buchanan spared Flab and made him a deal. If your boys work for me, they'll never miss a meal. Flab signed up on the dotted line. Now his monsters keep us safe in the evening time. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man. The truest of men. You could say that again. Well, the Dorseys thought they had a better idea. Believed they could rule by murder and fear. Tried to steal Colorado from our patriarch. But old Saul proved his bite was worse than his bark. Drove out the Dorseys and gave their land to the poor and the needy and the Indians. So mercy for the merciless was his stand. So he hunted the Dorseys to the very last man. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man. Then came the gangs of the eastern plains, hoping to rob us of our worldly gains. Old Saul saw him coming and he rolled up his sleeves. He said, "You're all nothing but a pack of thieves." Strong as an ox at 70. He faced down the savages again and again, then drove them back to the
My uncle tells me you're a man of questionable morals, Mr. Quan.
Well, that's why I'm on the payroll. Somebody's got to get their hands dirty. So good folk like you can keep your hearts clean.
That's not how Colorado Springs works, Mr. Quan. That's how you work.
Huh. I'm sure you know best.
Did you see the Dorseys almost blow up the statue?
Yeah, I was hiding under the bookseller's stall. Marshall stopped him at the last second.
Wouldn't be Market Square without it.
Welcome to Mary Milkteeth's Morning After Mart. If you did some things last night that you wish you hadn't, I got you covered. I can clean you up, sober you up, cure your ills, and get you ready to face the new day. Or maybe you got banged up in the Dorsey raid. I can help with that too. What do you need?
What's your story?
Just a simple humanitarian who saw a niche that needed filling. Now, are you buying or are you talking?
Let's trade.
Here you go, children. Salvation is at hand.
Well, that's okay.
Welcome back, children. Had another rough night?
What do you have for sale?
Remedies for regret, children. Headache pills, hair of the dog, pills for the pox, pills for the pain, and first aid kits for those of you who might have started something you couldn't finish. All guaranteed to fill you with pep and put a spring in your step. What can I get you?
Goodbye.
You'll be back.
Looks like the place. Unshaven and slovenly, Marshal Lupinski shifts his unlit, half-smoked cigar to the corner of his mouth as you approach.
I heard we had some new arrivals wash on in. Military types, they said. Can't really see the difference between you and the ordinary class of mercs. As much as I'd love to shoot the shit with you tryhards, Sheriff Daisy said to let you go on in. So, go on. Give them Dorseys some hell.
Marshal Lupinski, I expect you to moderate your language in the presence of a young lady.
My apologies, Miss Weston. I meant no disrespect. Best of luck to you and your companions here.
What's behind this gate?
It's the Garden of the Gods. Rocks, experimental farms, and now those Dorseys.
Any idea how many are in there?
Nope.
Goodbye.
No room for amateurs in this town. You hear? No room.